Greetings, my name is Catherine and on this video I will be playing a visual novel called Scarlet Hollow. You once again find yourself in front of Reese's house. A cold hesitation grips you as the building looms over the hilltop. Why cold hesitation? I'm glad I finally get to meet Reese. Though it's only early afternoon, it feels much later. The sun already sinking behind the tall mountains that surround Scarlet Hollow. We're a little early. What if Dr. Kelly yells at us? There's no such thing as early when you're hanging out with friends. That's just extra time you get to spend together. Okay, but what if she yells at us? Mr. Reese! It's too late. The door swings open. Another voice for another character. Hey. Reese! Oh my god, dude. It's been ages. I gotta take a look at Reese. I can notice the resemblance with Dr. Kelly we saw earlier. But the first thing I'm kind of noticing is all the angles and the posture. Like if I look at the shoulders compared to Kanika and Stella, they both have shoulders which are, I don't know, how do you say, leveled, even though Stella is kind of leaning also when she's holding Gretchen. When I look at these angles, so far everything that we have visually seen has had meaning. But what we see kind of reminds me of this, and this is going to sound really weird, but it reminds me of these black and white horror movies and like the aesthetics I've seen in, for example, Dr. Caligari's Cabinet. Like this playing with diagonals and lines which are not completely, how do you say, straight. And he looks really pale. And I can't help but notice also the nail. It looks quite long. Has he really been spending so much time inside? What's going on? But I'm super glad we finally get to meet Reese. You must be Katie, right? I've heard a lot about you. Stella's been relentless about making sure I got all the Katie updates.
My goodness gracious, there's something that smells terribly off about that boy. Get away from my Stella, you fiend!
What? Gretchen doesn't trust Reese. She mentioned this before, when we were in the, like, close to the Askina trail, Gretchen mentioned that there is something off about Reese, that he doesn't smell right. She mentioned it already back there. And that is something that stuck with me because it was kind of one of the first things that we heard about Reese, like one of the first pieces of information we were given. So it sort of stuck with me that Gretchen thought that he smells weird and that once he had fallen into the ravine or something. Gretchen starts yelping at Reese, straining against Stella's grip as she tries to get between them. Are they here already? I knew you'd show up early, Stella, and you brought the dog? Great.
Yeah, I thought she might cheer Reese up.
I don't know what's gotten into her all of a sudden. The dog stays outside. But it's okay, Stella. We can let her chill in my van for a bit. I'll run the AC and leave her some treats. You know I always have some of those easy chew dog jerky stashed away. Kanika is the best.
The gall, the gumption. This is a violation of my rights.
But we go everywhere together. Do you want to come in or not? Kanika nervously tugs Stella away towards her van.
You keep her safe from that monster, Katie, you hear?
Monster. A word we have heard repeating over and over with Frou-Frou and with Perlan.
You don't let a feather of harm fall on my darling Stella.
Well, what about you, Katie? Are you coming in? If you allow me to, yes, I would love to. It would be nice to get to know Reese a bit better. Talk to animals. Gretchen called you a monster, Reese. Any idea what's up with that? Damn. Oh, sure. I trust dogs. Why doesn't Gretchen like you, Reese? I'll wait for Stella and Kanika. Silently wait for Stella and Kanika. Oh, I wanna ask this and then I wanna ask this. Oh, damn. What about you, Katie? Are you coming in? I really wanna ask this. Oh, it's my trait. But this is something I cannot do. I mean, they will think that I'm nuts. Perhaps this is the more neutral option. But this is my trait. Oh, all these choices. What the heck? I cannot say that. Oh, I wanna ask. But I should go in. I hope I can ask this later. I'd really, really like to ask it. And I've spent too much time trying to figure out what my conversation option is going to be, but this game makes it difficult. All of these options are juicy. You follow Reese and Dr. Kelly inside. Stella and Kanika aren't far behind you. The house feels cold. Not only is there an odd chill in the air, but the building itself feels too sterile, uncomfortably tidy to the point where you're nervous to touch anything. Okay, I'm just quickly gonna take a look at the surroundings. This looks like it's some kind of kitchen. We have some kind of mixer there, cups, and weird anxious inducing paintings. Okay. If it weren't for the aroma of store-bought dinner rolls baking in the oven and the unsettling artwork hanging on the walls, you'd be half convinced you'd wandered into a real estate showing. So, how can I lend a hand? By sitting down at the table and not puttering around in my kitchen. She's strict, ain't she? I made sure everything was done well in advance, so the only thing left are the dinner rolls, which shouldn't be long. Then we can have a quick dinner and you can leave my house and go on about your business. She really wants us to leave. I mean, that must feel horrible for Reese. Must feel really uncomfortable. But I was kind of hoping to see Reese's new art. We still have time now, right? You aren't seriously considering subjecting your friends to your disaster of a room, are you? It's not that bad. You can still see the floor. Well, that's good. Floor is where you walk on. If there is a floor, you can still see it. You can walk on it. That's good. Dr. Kelly raises a single questioning eyebrow. Reese's face. I don't mind a little mess. Yeah, I doubt it could be any worse than the way I keep my room. Yes, okay, fine. As long as you stay out of the kitchen, I don't care what you get up to. She's so... I don't know what's going on. She's so rude and... I don't know if I sense some kind of defensiveness. What the heck is going on in this house? Cool, we'll just be downstairs. You won't even know we're here. You make your way towards the basement stairs. Okay, music change, but I also want to see this a bit better. Wait. Cellar windows. Where did we see cellar windows? Was it in the end of episode 1 or episode 2 where there was a cutscene and we saw someone with a short dark hair crying on their bed in the basement? Was the person crying Reese? So, what do we see here? He is clearly very artistic and loves painting, but all of these... Wait, what's that? It looks like one of the paintings has been ripped. And I can see, I don't know, teeth or something there. And someone is biting at someone's hand. But the hand seems to have a long nail. Does this depict some kind of vampire or something? This looks like spine and someone, I don't know, folding or... It looks like layers would be coming off of them. This also kind of looks like a spine. What do I see in here? This looks like a body and an arm and someone trying to swallow it. And then eyes. And some kind of, I don't know, nervous system, connection, roots, tree branches, more teeth. Computer, perhaps more like notebooks for art, sketches. And I gotta say, these remind me very much of the ditchlings. Don't they? They remind me of ditchlings. With those weird pale bodies and... But it looks like this one is grabbing this one's head. I mean, clearly all of these depict pain. And pain related very physically to one's body. And here is another scene like this one. But here, someone kind of reminding Reese. Almost looks like they are wrestling or being eaten by something pale and monster-like. What is very clearly visible, I mean, what I kind of notice is also like skin and physicality. All of these paintings are somehow related to skin and body and bones and pain. So we were told that he has been sick for a long time. And didn't Stella say something like it had been going on for 10 years or something along those lines? This looks similar than this one here. But again, it looks like there is a shoulder and... No, that's a head. That's actually someone holding their head and trying to cover from whatever this is. Okay. These look like empty water bottles. And here I can see water as well. At least I'm assuming it's water. Here is the same image as in here and here. This time it's some sort of window or something and the person is on this side and whatever is on the other side. Wait, why does it have eyes? One of my... I started thinking, could it be sun? Because it's outside the window. What if it's sun and they are escaping from it? I don't know, cowering from it. I don't... But why would sun have eyes? And here... These all look like... this looks so much like ditchlings. And this looks like Reese again. Reese, 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 Reese. What's going on? Ditchlings and Reese. Has he been somehow infected or something? But can they lay eggs on humans? Can they make humans sick? I mean, if you look at this painting here, it's separated from all the others. Pretty much, at least. And now I stopped looking at the door, which is open, and I was like, what the heck is this? And then I stopped and noticed the, I don't know, fingers here and this creature here. But this seems like it's painted on the wall the same way that these are. But I mean, if he's painting himself in each and every one of these paintings, he looks miserable. And he looks like he's suffering, and these are violent and physical and... What's here? I don't know. Perhaps he will move and I will see what's behind him. I'm trying to see if there is something I've missed. Because this scenery clearly gives us much information. It looks like there is a mirror, but it's been covered, and still he paints himself over and over and over again. I think that looks like a mirror, but something has been thrown over it. And I don't even know what these are. Okay, let's continue. The basement is what you might expect out of a tortured artist who spends all his time confined to his studio. Discarded canvases line its edges, while trash and sketches leak out from their piles in the corners of the room, hiding the bare cement floor. Ghoulish faces coat the walls in paint, sneering out at their creator. Your mom is so scary. She can be a little intense, kind of overprotective, which I guess makes sense. Anyway, make yourself comfortable. You'll have to forgive the mess. I've been distracted lately, haven't been cleaning much. Explore street smart. Do you need us to sneak you out of here? Do you need us to sneak out of you here? Sneak? Not for reals? Do you need us to sneak you out of here? This place feels like a prison. Your mom really looks out for you. Kanika's right, your mom is scary. So, has Stella told you about everything that's happened in the past couple of days? Your whole situation's gotta be rough. Sorry. What are you sick with? Your art. That's quite a movie collection you've got. Got any wrecks? So you three go way back, huh? If you need someone to pose for your paintings this week, wanna come ghost hunting with us tonight? Dina's gotta be ready by now, right? Remain silent. I would like to ask if they would come ghost hunting with us tonight. Let's try our explore options first. Let's just begin with something neutral. So you three go way back, huh? Almost to the womb. The school here is a tiny K-12. Not exactly a one-room schoolhouse, but not far from it. We're lucky we all got along as much as we did. Some kids weren't able to make any friends their own age. They just happened to be born around the same time as some real jerks and were stuck with them through their whole school career. Poor kids. Not that we were free from dealing with jerks, like a certain Scarlet I could name. Wow, thanks Kanika. Okay, she was a little rough around the edges, but she was pretty friendly when you got past that. Maybe to you. The way she used to look at me, you'd think I rolled in something foul every morning before school. Oh, Reese actually smiled. Same here. Though, to be fair, the feeling was more mutual between us. She deserved it, though. Let's use this option. Let's take a risk. So, has Stella told you about everything that's happened the past couple of days? Oh, she's told me all about what you guys have found out there. I wish I could see some of it myself, but you know. He gestures in futility towards the walls of the basement. Are you sure you can't just sneak out one of these nights? The dog isn't keeping me prisoner here, Stella. I'm sick. You know that. Dog. Is that short for doctor? Is that what you are calling your mom? I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to. There's nothing to apologize for, and I appreciate the effort. Really, I do. There's just nothing you can really rescue me from. That die's already been cast. But we were talking about the past couple of days, weren't we? Do you have any thoughts on the ditchlings we've been seeing? Do you think the town is doomed? What do you think of my cousin? What do you think is going on with Wayne? Never mind, I'm very curious of what he thinks about ditchlings. Do you have any thoughts on the ditchlings we've been seeing? Yeah, they've been coming up to my window at night. No way! Really? Wait, really? Is that why you texted me that they look like something out of your nightmares? Yeah, I thought I was hallucinating. Wait, that's normal to you? Hallucinating? I hadn't put it together that we might have been seeing the same thing until just now. I've been sketching them actually. Tell me what you think. He pulls out a sketchbook from one of the piles in his room. Well, they kind of do look like humans. Okay, that's exactly what I saw on my way home last night. What does it mean that they've been lurking around here, though? I don't know, but I like the company. They're kind of beautiful in a sad way, if you ask me. Agree to disagree with you there. Those things are gonna be stuck in my nightmares until the day I die. Do you think the town is true? Oh, yes. Let's ask. What do you think is going on with Wayne? Who? You know, that guy who's been following Katie around, being all ominous? Oh, yeah, that slasher creep. I appreciate the classic Jason vibe he has going on. Here's hoping he doesn't live up to the look, for all our sakes. Yeah, please not. Let's not make this to be another Friday the 13th remake. Do you think the town is doomed? I think everything is probably doomed at some point, but I guess that's answering a different question. Do I think the town of Scarlet Hollow is on the brink of collapse? Probably not, but it's not like I have a lot of perspective on what it's like out there. There could be a rioting on Main Street, and if Stella or the dog didn't tell me, I just wouldn't know. I'm kind of glad to see him smile. I would totally tell you if there was a riot. Would Dr. Kelly tell you though? I mean, yeah, I'd hope so, but the point I'm trying to make is that other people are my eyes out there. Well, I guess I should ask. What do you think of my cousin? She was always so distant and mean. I probably would have thought she had it out for me personally if she wasn't like that towards everyone. Or if I thought she even knew my name. But people change. Maybe she's nicer now. She's still terrible.
You guys just never took the chance to get to know her. She's actually really funny and sweet.
I'll pass, thanks. Let's try this. If you need someone to pose you for your paintings this week, that's so kind of you to offer. If you're okay with hanging out at weird hours, I'd love for you to come by and sit for me. It's been a long time since I was able to draw anyone but myself, and I'd really appreciate the company. Sure. Let's ask this. Do you need us to sneak you out of here? This place feels like a prison. Unfortunately, the prison we're dealing with here is my own body, not my room.
Are you sure there's nothing we can do?
Your company is plenty. It's so nice to have living people down here for a change. Living people. Living people. What? You know, we'd visit more often if your mom let us. Did she tell you she turned us away yesterday? She said we couldn't even talk to you. It's a little controlling. I wholeheartedly agree with Kanika. You came by yesterday? She didn't tell me, but I was probably asleep, that's all. She didn't want to wake me up. I don't think that's her being controlling or anything.
Not to cast any doubt on that, but she did say I couldn't bring you any food. She knows that's how I show my friends how much I appreciate them. And she knows I can work around all kinds of allergies and intolerances. Not gonna lie, it felt weird.
I don't know, my body is pretty particular when it comes to food. Yeah, is it blood you are? Okay, I'm horrible. It's just a painting, but like, what the heck? She just prefers to have full control over what I eat, so she has full control over what you eat. She has full control over where you move, where you like live. She has full control over who you meet. And how old are you? I mean, I thought all of these characters were 20-somethings at least. So, yeah, to me, as a player, this feels a bit weird and controlling. Okay, maybe that does sound controlling. Yes, Reese, it does. But it's for a good reason. If I eat the wrong thing, it could really mess me up, so she has to regulate my food. Your art. Slap these bad boys on a mug, you could make a buck or two. It's exquisite, it's grotesque, it's emo. There sure is a lot of it. Never mind, remain silent. Damn right, I'm gonna use my street smart option. Slap these bad boys on a mug, you could make a buck or two. That's what I've been telling him. If you posted these online somewhere, you could get big, man. I think I'll keep them to myself until I die. You know how it is with the dead artists. Their art sells for way more. I hope the dog or whoever winds up inheriting my work makes millions of them. Okay. I'd be able to rest easy knowing somebody had retroactively given my life value. No, that's not how life works. You don't wait for someone else to give your life value. You need to value yourself, my friend. And you need to value yourself while you are still alive, because your life is definitely worth living. Unless that was some kind of hint that he's happy to see living people in this house, in this basement. Or you could sell them while alive and enjoy the fruits of your labor while you still exist. That sounds complicated. I'd rather just spend my time painting, leave the hard work to someone else. Let's show some empathy. Your whole situation's gotta be rough. Sorry. Thanks, but I've been dealing with this thing for a while, so you don't have to feel sorry for me. I've come to terms with the way the rest of my life is going to be. You mean here in this basement? With your mom? You're so macabre, Reese. You make it sound like you've been sentenced to death. Have you been sentenced to death? You haven't tried? Not exactly. No one really knows what's wrong with me. But it's been getting worse. I bet it's been getting worse. You don't go outside and you spend your days in the same room and you don't meet your friends. I can barely keep most food down. My skin always itches like there are walls crawling underneath it. What? I could live for a long time or a short time. No one's sure. But I'm definitely not going to get better. Whatever time I have left is going to be miserable. Wow, you have decided that already. We need to get Reese out of here. So I've done my mourning. My best years are behind me. My future is unknowable, but one day I'll wind up in a pine box just like everyone else. And I'm okay with that. Everyone's future is unknowable. Yeah, it is true. But I think Reese might really need his friends to come and remind him that there are other things besides suffering, and his best years are definitely not behind him. Dang, Reese, I may be a goth, but that's some real nihilistic shit. Well, make sure to come by more often from here on out. Friendship heals all wounds, right? Oh, Stella. Thanks, guys, but you really shouldn't worry about me. I have my art. I'm doing fine. Really. If you need to point out that you are doing fine, you might not actually be doing fine. At least not in this case. But I think Stella kind of has a point. Surely there must be something the doctors can do for you. True, we will all join the worms one day. We just got to make the best of what we got. What's your diagnosis, if you don't mind me asking? That's kind of personal. Say nothing. That is such a personal question. On the other hand, I made a very nosy character. I'm gonna ask. What's your diagnosis, if you don't mind me asking? I don't mind, though the answer isn't very illuminating. It's not one particular thing, but a whole mess of nasty little things that add up to one big diagnosis of bad genes. Guess I pulled the losing card in the DNA lottery. And hey, it isn't all bad. Some of it is just weird, like this. Those nails. Yeah, yeah, I guess he has really long fingers and nails. Reese pulls. Reese pulls on the skin of his arm. It stretches unnaturally. If this is not a sign that something is happening, that he's going through some transformation or something into a, I don't know what, a ditchling? But surely that would have happened already. I don't know. I mean, look at those hands. They look more like hands of a predator. The fingers and the hands are so long. Compared to his head, they look like they are changing shape and not. And in here, like, there are fingers inside the rib cage as well. Here are long fingers. Here are like abnormally long fingers. Something is going on here and I like it. Oh! That was a nasty sound in this context. Hyper elasticity. Kinda cool, right? Whoa! Does that not hurt? Nope, it feels fine. Like I said, it gets itchy under the skin sometimes, but I don't know if that's the elasticity, the medicine, or some other part of my condition. That's quite a movie collection you've got. Got any Rex? Yeah, I actually read all these before, but I'm gonna ask. Want to come ghost hunting with us tonight? Oh wow! Do you think you'd be down for that? We'd love to have you. Yeah, it'd be great to have you along. That would be so amazing, but I haven't had the best luck leaving the house lately. Why? Because it's safer in here? Because you can't stand the daylight? I'm like developing all these conspiracy theories in my mind at the moment. Trying to figure out what the heck is going on. Even just walking to town is enough to put me in bed for a week. It sucks. But make sure you bring your camera, Stella. I want to see everything that happens. Let's ask any Rex. That's quite a movie collection you've got. Got any Rex? Let me think. Oh, have you heard of Shinochi? Death Blood? I saw that for the first time recently and it blew me away. Excellent example of both Japanese horror and found footage done right. Maybe we could do a movie night later this week. Oh, that sounds so cool. Is your mom going to let us? I don't see why she wouldn't. It's just a movie. Oh my god, yes! We haven't had a movie night in years. I'm gonna be silent. Reese's mom shouts from the kitchen. Dinner's on the table. Guess that's it for catching up.